Okay, people, I would like to talk about the greatest show on TV, The Walking Dead, and a couple discrepancies that I found throughout the 3 seasons that have been on TV. Okay, first of all, in season 1, Rick's just an asshole because the person in, I believe the episode is entitled Guts, Steven, no, that's the goddamn actor, Glenn and Rick and all those people cut up a person and cover themselves in his guts to walk down the street. Now the reason why Rick is an asshole is because before he took the first strike to cut this guy up so he could save their life, and without this man there would be no Walking Dead, he decided to halt on the cut, take out his wallet, read his name, and say, "This guy had a job. This guy did this. I'm going to tell my wife and kids if I ever find them about this man today." So, the plan worked. They covered themselves in guts, they walked through the streets, zombies didn't care, all that good stuff. You've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Now, did Rick, when he got to Lori and Carl, did he talk about Nameless Guts Man? I say nameless because I didn't rewatch the episode to do this, and if you try and look him up on the internet, he is nowhere to be found. So, Rick's an asshole, and the Ricktatorship is going downhill because he's an asshole. Also because he's going crazy, if you've watched the latest episode, which you should have if you haven't, because you're dumb. Another thing, within Season 1, Merle. Alright, Merle is my favorite character, along with Daryl, but I think Merle's better. Obviously, Daryl's the fan favorite, blah blah blah, everyone loves him, women love him because he's hot, men love him because he's badass. Doesn't matter. Merle chops his hand off, goes, solders it, and then escapes. For some reason, we don't know how, until somewhat in Season 3. But anyways, the van that the people that Rick, Glenn, all them came back to rescue him with is gone. So we can only assume, because they hint at it, that Merle took the van. But in Season 3, Merle says that he was wandering the streets and the governor picked him up. So, we have a van that just disappeared. Nobody knows where that van went. The van and Nameless Guts Man, they're nowhere to be found within anything. It makes no sense. Another thing with the Dixon brothers. Once again, the best characters on the show. I understand that the crossbow is kind of like an extension to Daryl's character. Without the crossbow, you don't have Daryl. Or without the Daryl, you don't have the crossbow. That way, not the other way. But, same goes with bullets, but even more so with arrows. Where the hell is he getting all these arrows? Makes no sense. I understand that a few times they've shown him shoot a zombie and then pull the arrow out. But how many arrows does he have? Seriously, come on. They have never stopped at a sporting goods store or anything that would give arrows. All these arrows are made. He didn't make any of those arrows. They're not made out of branches and leaves. They are made out of plastic and high grade whatever the hell you make arrows out of. So, that makes no sense. Now, in Season 3, how Season 3 begins, I guess the mid-season premiere of Season 3, when he takes his crossbow back all Daryl style, he's like, "Give me that, bitch." And he took it from henchman number 1, I don't know, big black guy. I guess Martinez is henchman number 1, but henchman number 2. We're going to say he's henchman number 2. He shot an arrow, and then he had what looked like 1, may have been 2, but there was only 1 arrow in the crossbow. Now, and then you look at later when they're in the woods and they're all yelling at Merle like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah." There is no arrow in the crossbows. So, I don't know. Just point things out. I don't know. Another thing that they did not fail to explain. Now, this was earlier within Season 3. Maybe they are going to come back to it, but I highly doubt it because nobody's really paid any attention to it. When Herschel was incapacitated, Carol had to practice giving a C-section because Lori was going to have a baby. But she practiced on a dead zombie outside the prison within the 2 gates of the prison. Now, there is a shot while she was practicing this C-section, zombie C-section, they showed a shot kind of like from behind the bushes, from the perspective of what they made it look like, from this perspective of someone looking through the branches, looking at this hot zombie on Carol action. But they did not explain at all who that was, or who was spying on them. Couldn't have been anyone from the Woodbury, because nobody knew about them. Couldn't have been Michonne, because she was, I'm pretty sure at that point she was with Andrea. Either she was just with Andrea chilling in the woods somewhere, or she was with God damn it, she was at Woodbury. But it couldn't have been Michonne, because she first found the prison when when she was covered in all that guts and stuff. So hopefully they come back to it. Maybe they won't. I don't know. They need to keep up on these. If they're going to put that shot in, obviously they have a plan for it. They better explain it. I don't know. But there's that. There's my thoughts about discrepancies within the Walking Dead universe on the show. I don't know how to end this, so I'm just going to. Goodbye.
I just can't escape, it's like you're here with me now. But the words you say, they always seem to fade out. Since you've been away, I'm just a face in the crowd. Someday, I know you're coming back.